It is 18th August 2025. Good evening and welcome to Younib Live at 9. Tonight, President William Ruto and ODM leader Raila Odinga present a united front as talks on the broad-based agreement gather momentum. At the same time, security agencies are also raising alarm over the rise of gangs in central Kenya, even as the government unveils new digital system to track civil servants. This and more stories is what we have lined up for you, but before then, let's take a look at the top stories making the headlines this evening.
Ingawa hatuwezi rudisha wale wote mioyo ambao tumepoteza, lakini nitashukuru kwa sababu kuna lile fikira, na maombi yangu ni kwamba wakompensate ama wakifanya malipo kwa wale wote ambao wameathirika, wacha wapatie malipo ambayo ni malipo mzuri, kwa sababu
mimi nakaa kwenye kamati ya elimu pale bungeni. Hakuna vile hii shule yenu itapata hizo hela, kwa maana zikiwa pale majuma mawili matatu mmeona yaliyokuwa yakifanyika pale, hela zinaenda upande mmoja. PS anakaa anatuma hela zote kwenda eneo lake.
Ardhi ambayo limetumiwa kisiasa kwa miaka nenda miaka rudi na viongozi waliotutangulia, lakini hawana nia ya kukomboa mashamba yetu. Ndio mpaka leo ukiangalia hii Mjambere nzima sisi ni maskwata. Ukiingia hapa Junda 95% ni
Welcome. The bulletin begins right now. My name is Alphonce. Ouma. President William Ruto and ODM leader Raila Odinga have held a joint meeting with ODM and UDA MPs to discuss the feasibility of implementing the broad-based agreement. President Ruto has referred to the issue of corruption in Parliament, citing it as a major challenge hampering the fight against corruption in government. The ODM leader on his part has given further assurances that the Orange Party will strengthen its relationship with its current government to ensure that all corners of the country are developed.
Capital is risk shy. And when, for example, somebody has come with his resources to start a project, and then you find somebody beginning to make noise that, oh, this project has not been approved. This project has not been approved, or this project is being corruptly implemented. You run away. And delaying of the projects. And you find a situation where members of parliament inviting parastatals and so on, and even purporting to be cancelling projects that have been signed. That is the work of the executive, not the work of the legislature.
You know, by virtue of the position I hold today, I am a consumer of raw intelligence. I know what's going on. Where does somebody find 150 million? Where? Is that his money? That is money that belongs to the county. Is that correct or not correct? Yes. Let me ask you, members of parliament who are seated here. Do you, for example, know, do you, for example, know that a few members of your committee collected 10 million shillings so that you could pass that law on anti-money laundering? Did you get the money? So there are people who are destroying the credibility of Parliament. when they are collecting money in the name of Parliament. And some of the time, or most of the time, that money never gets to Parliament, it gets to a few people. We are not going to shame them. We are going to arrest them.
Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen has expressed fears of the emergence of gangs in the central region following the widespread destruction caused during the June and July protests this year. The CS, who was leading a security forum dubbed Jukwaa la Usalama in Kiambu County, has urged the judiciary to take the issue seriously, saying those who sponsor the destruction of government offices will be held accountable.
And they have serious cover. Every time they are arrested, either politicians threaten public officers, or they organize demonstrations in the name of protecting them. We want to ask the judiciary, the office of the DPP, to continue to be firm. We cannot succeed in the security sector alone. This sector of law, justice and order, or justice, law and order, can only thrive if we work together as a team. And we invite our judges, magistrates to take very serious stand, because a resurgence of gangs in the county, different formations of different gangs, is not going just to affect the people of this county. It's going to compromise our national security. In terms of thriving of this illegal business in wines and spirits, one of the thriving factors is conflict of interest. Most of the people who are expected to license and enforce are actually the business people.
The government has introduced a digital system that will track the movements of every government employee, including their arrival and departure time and their overall performance in the office. Speaking during his tour of various offices in Embu County, Public Service Cabinet Secretary Geoffrey Iruku said that the system aims to boost the public sector in streamlining its operations and improving its productivity in various public sectors. The system will be officially launched by the end of October.
Sawa. And after I do all these sports check across the country by end of November, end of October, by end of October, we will be launching a platform which we will use as a government to determine the productivity of each and every public servant in the Republic of Kenya. My people are very busy at the moment, working on an application, working on a platform, a digital platform, which will tell us whether you are at your workstation at the required time, whether you are doing what is required, whether you're on leave, whether you're on training. At 6 a.m., people going to work, and majority of those people are in private sector, but we in public sector. By 8, we are not at our workstation. What's the reason? Jamani, lazima tutie bidii, lazima tuwajibike, and that's what I have come to see. It is happening, whether it is happening here in Embu, I was in Nyeri, I was in Mombasa, I was in Nakuru, and I'll continue visiting and doing spot checks in all other places.
Kelvin Mbadi, the head of the Boda Boda Association, has fiercely denounced what he called a bogus statement, claiming that motorcycles were not given to riders who visited the State House. Mbadi rejected the allegations as political propaganda, claiming that the beneficiaries received motorcycles directly. He added that although just 200 motorcycles were given out, approximately 5,000 young people attended the event, which may have led to the misunderstanding. The chairman also issued a warning to riders about lawlessness, stating that anyone who erects unlawful barriers, set fire to cars, and riot at accident scenes will face legal actions.
Wale watu ambao walienda State House na majina yao ilikuwa imetumwa kwamba watu fulani ndio wanaenda kupata pikipiki, hao watu walipewa pikipiki zao. Na Ukiangalia pale State House tulikuwa na only not more than 200 motorcycles. Watu ambao waliattend State House walikuwa over 6,000 people. Na kwa kweli ni kwamba there's no way the 200 motorcycles zingejimultiply hapo State House zikuwe 6,000. Na the procedures inakuanga kwamba nyinyi katika grupu yenyu mnaandika majina through your leaders, wanasema huyu anafaa pate, huyu anafaa pate, huyu anafaa pate, majina zinasubmitiwa, zinakuwa considered, alafu mnaenda mnapata pikipiki zenyu. So kuna watu ambao walienda State House, pengine waliona pikipiki zimewekwa hapo mingi, wengine wakaenda kupigwa picha na kifunguu, wengine wakafanya because it was a free. Rais alifungulia kila mtu aweze kuattend ile mkutano ambaye walikuwa naye empowerment. Lakini sasa kuna watu ambao walipigwa tu picha na hata hawajui kwamba jina yao ilikuwa pale, na wengine wanajua kwamba it is true jina yao haikuwa kwa ile list ambayo ya watu wenye walikuwa nafaa pate pikipiki.
Well, so let's take a quick break right here on Younib Live at 9. See you on the other side of this broadcast for more stories.
Ever the best. Hallelujah.
Welcome back to the broadcast. Now, despite mounting calls for its elimination, 3 members of parliament have supported the National Government Constituency Development Fund, or NGCDF, during the commission of 2 new classrooms at Marycliff Primary School in Mombasa. The National Assembly Select Committee on NGCDF Vice Chairman Kasim Tendaza, accompanied by Mvita Member of Parliament Mohamed Machel and Kitutu Masaba MP Olive Oman, criticized those who had criticized the fund. Their statements were similar to those made by National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula, who had earlier rejected calls to cleanse the fund.
NGCDF ina transfer pesa kwa PMC, Project Management Committee ya shule. So hakuna hata shilingi moja mbunge anashika hapo.
Mimi nakaa kwenye kamati ya elimu pale bungeni. Hakuna vile hii shule yenu itapata hizo hela. Kwa maana zikiwa pale majuma mawili matatu mmeona yaliyokuwa yakifanyika pale. Hela zinaenda upande mmoja. PS anakaa anatuma hela zote kwenda eneo lake. Ni siku gani mtapata madarasa?
Kama ni baba, ni nani, ni shangazi atakayepinga ajue yeye ataenda NGCDF ifanye nini? Sasa haya mazuri yote tunayoyaona tutaitoa wapi kama itaenda?
Hazina hii inafaidi ya watoto kama hawa, inafaidi mambo ya usalama. DCC ametuambia anataka hata maafisi ya chifu yajengwe. Hazina hii kienda, maendeleo yote haya yatapotea.
With a large percentage of coastal residents continuing to live as squatters, LAPSSET Project Chairman Ali Menza Mbogo has accused leaders from Mombasa County of exploiting the land issue for political gain. Speaking at the Kisauni constituency and announcing his intention to run for governor of Mombasa in 2027, Mbogo mentioned that elected leaders have implemented education issues. Similarly, employment in Mombasa County has emerged as a chronic problem, promising to address them if he is elected.
Swala la ardhi ambalo limetumiwa kisiasa kwa miaka nenda miaka rudi na viongozi waliotutangulia, lakini hawana nia ya kukomboa mashamba yetu. Ndio mpaka leo ukiangalia hii Mjambere nzima sisi ni maskwata. Ukiingia hapa Junda 95% ni maskwata. Ukienda Bamburi 95% ni maskwata. Ukienda Mtopanga, Mombasa nzima imejaa maskwata. Na sisi kila miaka mitano tunachagua mafisi ambao hawana nia ya kukomboa mashamba yetu. Mtoto wa Kisauni aliyekuwa kwenda National School alikuwa anapata full ya scholarship ya 53,000. Ni kweli au urongo? Kwa hivyo nikisema nitalipa school fees, nina uhakika wa hilo jambo, kwa sababu mimi ni kijana wa mtaa, lakini nimekwenda shule, nikasoma, nikapata elimu, naelewa ukuendesha county ni namna gani. Wacha hawa jamaa wenye fake degree, yangu ni ya kikweli wazee.
Hivyo basi nawaomba ndugu zangu wa Kisauni, kwa wingi tuliojitokeza hapa siku hii ya leo 2027 tarehe 10 Agosti, kwa mapenzi makubwa tujitokeze twende tukampigie kura za kishindo Mheshimiwa Limezambuka.
Widows in Kisii County have embarked on the livelihood projects. Through the Bomochage Borabu Widows Association, members produce local vegetables for local and international sales. However, they have faced challenges such as lack of funds to purchase vegetable drying machines and expand their operations, forcing them to start a fish farming project to ease the burden. They have appealed to the government to help expand their plans.
Siwezi pata pesa, ndio sasa niliona serikali yetu tusaidie mimi na hii kikundi yetu yote ya Borabu Widows. Tuko na mayatima nyumbani, hatuna kitu. Sasa ndio sababu tuliona wacha tupande mboga na hii fish, lakini mboga ikifika kiangazi inaungua. Sasa fish ndio tunauza na ni kidogo, pesa zake ni kidogo, na sisi tuko wengi. Mzuri, tunataka tu serikali yetu tusaidie capital na tusaidie ile mashini ya kukausa mboga, ndio mboga yetu iende inchi za nje, ndio tupate pesa.
But it's also an activity where themselves can actually be the market for what they produce. So in a way, whatever they produce, they can sell to the general public, but they can also purchase as individuals. Health issues or sickness strikes, you find all those resources are utilized and people go back to square one. So by having the card, it sort of safeguards the family resources, because in the process of sickness, the card is able to take care of the hospital bills as they continue with whatever business or activity they were engaging in. And I must commend the group that they have really tried to not only keep together, but continue building on their capacity. And I do hope that now that they are witnessing their efforts for the last 8 months, that they are harvesting fish, that they themselves dug the bond, put in the fingerings, they have taken care of them. Indeed, that by people coming together, their efforts can actually bear fruit.
Kiama, the local name for the Kikuyu Council of Elders, has praised President William Ruto's decision to provide compensation to families impacted by anti-government protests since 2017, urging the government to assist the children of those parents who perished during the upheaval. On August 8th, President Ruto formed a team to organize compensation for protest victims, with Constitutional Affairs Advisor Mutua as the principal coordinator.
Igawa hatuwezi rudisha wale wote mioyo ambao tumepoteza, lakini nitashukuru kwa sababu kuna lile fikira, na maombi yangu ni kwamba wakompensate ama wakifanya malipo kwa wale wote ambao wameathirika, wacha wapatie malipo ambayo ni malipo mzuri, kwa sababu hii ni serikali na serikali iko na uwezo. Kwa hivyo wacha tufanye vile na isikalishwe sana, ili hawa watu wakuwe na a good closure ya hii maneno yote ambayo wamefanyika hapo mbeleni. So ningeomba maofisa wa polisi, wakati vijana wanaenda kufanya maandamano wanafanya peacefully, wacheni tusitumie nguvu kiasi ya kuwaua. Wale watu ambao wanafanya hatia za kwenda kuvuja maduka za wenyewe, ni vizuri badala ya kutumia nguvu za kuwaua, wacheni washikwe, wapelekwe kotini, wastakiwe, lakini sio kuua vijana wetu. Ni hatia na si vizuri, hata si.
And that brings us to the end of tonight's bulletin. From national politics to the struggles and triumphs of everyday Kenyans, we remain committed to keep you informed. On behalf of the entire team here at Younib TV, thank you very much for watching. My name is Alphonce Ouma, and have a beautiful evening. See you again tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. for the morning momentum. Until then, do have a blessed night.